All right, this is Deanna Marie, and welcome back here to the Clue Seat. And today we're going to be talking about how all things work out for your good. Okay, so let's get started. All right, so today's Bible verse is going to be Romans 8:28. So make sure you guys open up the Bibles, get in the Word, and let God talk to you about what He wants to talk to you about, and pray and do all of those good things that you should be doing already. Okay, so that verse, a lot of people, it sounds really good, right? It does, it sounds good, but it is not easy. It is not easy to go through that situation. And a lot of people like to throw out that Bible verse and they're like, yeah. And they have not had to do a lot of difficult things in order to be throwing out that verse. So I just want you to realize like what it actually means and what it actually looks like, okay? Because it's not fun and pretty and it's not all butterflies whenever you're going through some of this stuff, okay? So we're going to look at Joseph, all right? Joseph. First thing Joseph goes through is he's betrayed by his brothers, right? He has to go through the ultimate betrayal, the ones that his own blood and flesh betray him, right? So how does God work out that for somebody's good? Well, now you learn to have your eyes wide open, right? Now you've learned that not everybody means good for you, whether they're related to you or not. And that's a tough lesson that a lot of people have to learn, and it's not easy to go through, okay? Right? So now he goes into slavery. He gets sold, and he is a slave in Egypt. Now, what did he learn right there? How's God going to work that out for his good? Okay, well, he's going to be the future vice president of Egypt. So he has to learn the entire system from the bottom up. And you can't learn it just by looking at it from the outside. God said, no, I have something very important for you to do. You're going to learn it from the inside up. But you have to go through those difficult situations, right? You have to be at the lowest level and go all the way through to understand the whole system, right? So that's working out for his good too. All right, now he's in Potiphar's house. Now he's learning how to run a household. It's not his own. Everything that he's doing is benefiting somebody else, right? He's not getting a dime for it. How is that going to help him in the future, this other difficult thing that he's going to go through? Well, he's going to have to run Pharaoh's household, and he will be paid then, and he is going to have to understand how to run things properly and multitask and be in charge of a lot of people. So this is a little pre-test for him to start doing that, okay? But it's not fun while he's going through it. It probably stinks while he's learning all of these things, okay? But God's working all these things out for his good. Okay, now we're moving on. Now he gets tempted by Potiphar's wife, right? What's he learning there? All right, so at that point, he's learning that being with an adulterous woman is going to be like death. It is not going to bless his life. It is not going to help him at all. And he learns that he has to put God's commandments first and his wife first and be able to turn away from beautiful women, no matter how much they're throwing them at him, no matter how much they're coming at him and doing all of those things. Why? Because he's going to be the future vice president of Egypt. How many women do you think he's going to have that are going to be throwing themselves at him when he's in that elevated state? A lot more than Potiphar's wife, and he better be able to handle Potiphar's wife, because if he can't handle that, then he most certainly cannot handle all the women that are going to be throwing themselves at him when he's up there, and he's going to destroy his marriage and destroy his life and stop listening to God, turn away like Solomon did, all right? So he learns that. Then he gets thrown into prison for something that he didn't do because she lies on him. Now, what's he learning in prison? This is very, very important because he's getting the next step after this is that he is in charge of Egypt, basically. He's face to face with Pharaoh, and Pharaoh's going to make him in charge of everything in the land. So this is a humbling moment, and it's a little humbling moment right before he gets what he wants, okay? And I don't even know if he wanted that. I'm sure he just wanted to be successful and help out his family. But this is the last little moment that he is going to have to be humble. And he has to be humble because when he gets put in that vice president position, he can't just be going back to all the people, oh, you threw me in, you sold me out, so now I'm getting ready to execute you. Oh, you lied on me, I'm going to execute you. He cannot act like that. In that position, he has to be wise and use wisdom, right? He has a job to do. And his job isn't to go out there and seek revenge on all these people. So this is a little humble pie humility moment for him right before he's thrust into power in front of everybody. That is what that Bible verse means when it says God works out all the things for your good, okay? It doesn't mean you can't just throw it out for everything. It's not going to be easy. That's why it says all things, because some things you're going to say there's no way. I'm sure Joseph, while he was a slave, was like, how is this going to work out for me? I saw a dream where I was in charge of everybody and everything. How is God using this? You don't think that he thought that? Or when people lied on him, he's sitting in prison for no reason, that he was like, I don't know how you're going to use this. That's what that verse means. So the next time you're going through something honestly difficult and you are looking at it and you're like, I don't know if he can use that. If he can use all of that stuff, you remember what God used with Joseph and how Joseph's life changes in an instant. You remember that. Do not let Satan get you down or make you think that God's not using it, because he is. If you are his child, he's using it for your good. But you got to learn some of those things, and you can't learn them unless you go through them, all right? So anyways, like, share, and subscribe, and comment as always, and I will see you guys back here next time.